everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Alex and today I am going to talk about some popular books that I don't plan to read. So today this video is going to be pretty much just what the title says, some popular books here on BookTube that I don't plan to get to for one reason or another. And I never say never. I mean, you know, I might pick up some of these books, and a couple of these books are just like, I don't want to get to them anytime in the future, but you know, maybe one day down the road I'll get to them. But for the most part, I just really don't have that much of an interest in these novels. Now, disclaimer, as always, if I list one of your favorite books of all time on this list, don't take that as a jab, don't be insulted by that. There is a certain book for every reader, and I just don't think that these books are going to be for me, at least not right now, so that is why I'm choosing not to pick them up. Before we get started, if you are new here and you're not already, be sure to go down and hit the subscribe button as well as the bell icon so that you never miss out on any of my content. And without further ado, let's get started. Now, the first two books on this list are probably going to be the most polarizing, and that is Carrion and Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell. You'll have to excuse the weird placement of the Carrion cover in this next clip. My son was running around naked in the background, and I had to use something to cover up his naked butt. Now, it seems like everybody here on BookTube has read and loved Fangirl, and I've also read Fangirl and really enjoyed it, but incredibly unpopular opinion, my least favorite parts of Fangirl were the Simon and Baz chapters. I just wasn't a huge fan of that storyline, and I just feel like it took away from the whole story of Fangirl on its own. So while a lot of people seem to love Simon and Baz, I'm just not one of those people, and I really have no interest in reading books about them. I've heard incredibly great reviews about Carrion, and Wayward Son just came out, so I haven't heard as much about that one, but I'm sure that everybody that loved Carrion will love Wayward Son as well, but I just don't think they're gonna be for me. The next two books on my list are part of a companion series that's a little bit older, and they are Lola and the Boy Next Door and Isla and the Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins. Now, I have read Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I read that a couple years ago, and I liked it. It was a fun, cutesy summer romance contemporary, but I think that I started this series at a little bit of too old of an age. I think that this is a cute contemporary, but it does read a little bit younger in YA, and I think that I was already 19 or 20 by the time that I read it, so I'm not exactly in the demographic for these novels anymore, and I just don't have too much of an interest in them. There are plenty other older YA and new adult and adult romances that I would be more interested in. Next I'm going to talk about is another backlist series, and that is the Delirium series by Lauren Oliver. Now, way back probably 5-6 years ago now on BookTube, I'd been hearing a lot about this series, and it seemed to be kind of middle of the road as far as opinions go. I don't think that a lot of people enjoyed the way that the series wrapped up, but the premise of it always sounded kind of interesting to me. But I've read, I think, 1 or 2 books of Lauren Oliver's in the past, and they weren't my favorite thing in the entire world. So Lauren Oliver is just an author that I'm not too eager to really get into her backlist. So I just don't think that this is one that I'm going to be getting to anytime soon. I might pick it up one day in the far future if I'm really looking for something in this genre, but it's definitely not at the top of my priority list. Another series I'm going to go with is the Shiver series by Maggie Stiefvater. Now, I have read The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater, which I enjoyed, but I believe that Shiver was written before The Raven Boys, and Shiver just doesn't have a premise that I'm very interested in. And I have to be in a certain mood for Maggie Stiefvater's books, and I don't see myself being in the mood to read Shiver anytime soon. The next book I have is a little bit more recently relevant, and that is Geekerella by Ashley Poston. Now, this is a modern-day fairy tale retelling of Cinderella, and while the premise sounds okay, I'm not really into fandom culture or con culture that much, so I don't think that this will exactly appeal to me. I know that there has been a sequel/companion/spin-off novel as well, but I just don't think that it's something that I'm that interested in. And the last book that I'm going to talk about today is Artemis by Andy Weir. Now, The Martian was really popular on YouTube a couple years ago. A ton of people were saying that it was one of their new favorite books of all time. Now, I have read The Martian. I did enjoy it, but not as much as a lot of other people. So Artemis, I don't even really know what it's about, to be honest with you. But a lot of people said that they've enjoyed it, though not as much as The Martian. So if I really didn't enjoy The Martian that much to begin with, I don't think I'm going to like Artemis as much either. So those are all the books that I'm going to be covering today, just a few popular books that I don't think I'm going to be getting to. If one of these books is your favorite of all time and you really think that you can convince me to pick it up, leave a comment down below. Maybe I'll pick them up eventually sooner rather than later, but for now, these just aren't on the top of my list. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, please go down and give it a big thumbs up, as well as hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon down below so that you never miss out on any of my content. So until next time, bye!